President Trump started this economic war against Canada. It was unprovoked. Threats going back and forth, tit for tat. I've agreed to suspend. There's a point that both parties are heated and the temperature needs to come down. I said it's absolute chaos out there right now. We need to move forward jointly. I'm a business person. I want to sit down and negotiate this. Well, just a little while ago, I had an opportunity to speak to Secretary Lutnick. And Secretary Lutnick has sent out an olive branch to us to come down and immediately meet with him, meet with the whole trade administration, and discuss the future. Rather than waiting till April the 2nd, threats going back and forth, tit for tat, I've agreed to suspend temporarily, and we always have that tool in our toolkit, until we sit down over the next day or two. I'll be heading down to Washington along with Dominic LeBlanc, and we'll have a good discussion. You know, with any negotiation that we have, there's a point that both parties are heated and the temperature needs to come down. And I thought this was the right decision. They understand how serious we are about the electricity and the tariffs, and rather than going back and forth and having threats to each other, we have both agreed, let cooler heads prevail. We need to sit down and move this forward. This is a massive, massive deal, the USMCA, which the federal government will be leading the charge. I'll be sitting down with all our premiers tomorrow as well, and discussing this and their issues as well. So we're going to go down there, and we're going to go down there with confidence. We're going to go down there with strength, and again, hopefully we can move this forward. I feel as a province, and I only speak for the province of Ontario, I want to reaffirm I do not speak for any other premiers. Everyone's very patriotic, and we have the best premiers I've ever seen, but we're going to be talking about the USMCA moving forward. The worst thing that could happen is wait and let this drag out until April the 2nd. So we're going to move forward and have a very good conversation with Secretary Lutnick and the whole trade team, as he said, and hopefully we can move this forward, because it doesn't benefit anyone, as I told them, no matter if it's the auto sector or any other sector here in Canada, and specifically Ontario. And all I mentioned, assembly lines will shut down in the US and Canada. The stock market is tumbling over $4 trillion. Consumer confidence has went down. I said it's absolute chaos out there right now. We need to move forward jointly. I emphasized how Canadians love Americans, and I know Americans love Canadians, but going back and forth with each other, it just hurts both countries. I mentioned to the governors, I apologize, we have to go to this extent. But remember, folks, we never started this war. President Trump started this economic war against Canada. It was unprovoked. I truly believed that we'd move forward and it would grow both economies, would create more jobs, more economic prosperity. Well, this has gone the other way. The economy right now, I'm concerned about it. And if a recession does happen, it's a self-made recession by one person and one person only. So I just want to move forward. I'm asking for the people of Ontario and Canada's support. I want to thank them for the thousands of messages I'm getting, even people that disagree with me. As some people say, I disagree with you 99%, but you're doing a great job. Keep going. I need everyone's support as Team Canada as we move forward, because these negotiations are going to be the toughest we've ever had. If he continues with the aluminum and the steel, I just got off the phone with Minister LeBlanc. They will respond dollar for dollar, tariff for tariff. And again, Minister LeBlanc will be joining me, and hopefully Ambassador Hillman, if she's free, will join me as well. But we'll have a strong delegation. But every negotiation starts sitting at the table. And when someone invites you to their home, said, let's sit down at the table, I'm not going to refuse that. What I'm doing the American media for is to inform the American people. You know, I saw a poll that came out the other day, just recently, 67% of Americans disagree with President Trump attacking Canada. So the more all of us, all premiers, all CEOs of businesses go out there and inform the American people. This isn't just going to hurt Canada, and it will hurt Canada and Ontario. It's going to hurt the U.S., and it's going to hurt badly. We're already seeing inflation go up in the U.S., and that's not going to be good. I'll tell you, I know the Americans fairly well. They're loving, caring people, and as soon as costs start going up, inflation, plants start shutting down, you can't attack your number one customer, Canada, and not expect a response. And we responded, and they came back, and I'm a business person. I want to sit down and negotiate this and stop the bleeding. As we're going at each other, China's sitting back laughing, building their critical mineral arsenal, and the words Chinese president said the other day should be concerning for the whole world when he said we aren't ready just for an economic war, any type of war. That's concerning, to say the least. It was very constructive. I've talked to Secretary Lutnick before, and make no mistake about it. He's a very, very smart businessman, a shrewd negotiator. And, like him or not, don't underestimate President Trump. He's a smart business person. But in saying that, we have very smart business people here in Canada and in Ontario as well. It's in our both best interest to sit down and negotiate. That's take one of President Trump's titles of his books. That's the art of the deal. Let's sit down and negotiate. We'll negotiate hard. They know we aren't fooling around. We're going to negotiate hard, but we want a fair deal. We want a fair and free trade deal.